Hey friends, Powwow guy Rob Phoenix here. Beautiful day in South Central Pennsylvania. A little breezy. I'm sitting out at the bar on the patio, but it's still early in the morning. Um, but since I've been working on herbs these past few days, I thought I would touch base with you guys just to let you know that there are a lot of herbs that you can use in your vegetable garden to like enhance the flavors of your vegetables, but also to deter pests of any kind. This one book that I really love, it's called the Rodale Herb Book. It was written in 1974, published in Emos, Pennsylvania, and it's a guide for organic gardening, organic, like growing herbs, using them for purposes like healing purposes, culinary uses, um, but also using them as companions to vegetables. So I just wanted to just go over a couple of the herbs that like we plant here and that you can use as natural pesticides if you want to have an all organic garden. Um, we'll start with basil. Basil, you grow basil with your tomato plants because it enhances the flavor of the tomatoes, but it also deters like insects and bugs and such that would get at your tomato plants. Another one to go with tomatoes, I'm going in alphabetical order here. This is how they're listed. Um, is borage. It's good for tomatoes, squash, and strawberries. It improves the growth of the plants, but also the flavor of them, which I think is really interesting. Catnip can be planted around the perimeter of your vegetable garden, and it deters beetles. You know, dead nettle. I talk a lot about dead nettle because it has so many like medicinal uses. You can also eat dead nettle, like every part of the plant. Um, Not delicious though. Uh, but you can plant dead nettle with your potatoes. It deters potato bugs. So it will also enhance the flavor of your potatoes, but it keeps them safe from the bugs that like to get at them. Garlic, of course, can be planted throughout your vegetable garden. It deters all kinds of pests, and does enhance flavor, but it also enhances the soil. So you can plant a lot of garlic everywhere. Even if you don't plan to harvest it, just to use it as a benefit to your growing vegetables. Um, Hyssop deters moths and such. Plant hyssop around, but just for whatever reason, it doesn't. It's harmful to radishes, so don't plant it near your radishes. But it's good for your other plants, and it deters various pests and such. Marigolds are like the main one that you want to use. Marigolds, like the flowers, plant around the perimeter, and it keeps away rabbits and such. Uh, we have a lot of marigolds on our property too. But yeah, if you want to just put them around the perimeter, don't intersperse them with your vegetables because they will take some of the nutrients away. But they do deter things like rabbits and squirrels and such with. So now you know. Mint is another good one to plant because it enhances the flavor of your vegetables, but it also keeps away a whole lot of pests, especially like crawling things like ants and such with, that you don't want crawling on your plants. Peppermint is another one. It keeps away harmful moths and such with. And rosemary. Rosemary is really good uh, to just plant randomly throughout your garden because it does enhance the flavor of your vegetables, but it also deters all sorts of pests. So that's a good one. Summer savory. I love summer savory. Summer savory, if you plant it with like any kind of beans or onions, it really enhances their flavors, but it also helps them to grow stronger. Summer savory will also repel various pests. Wormwood, you don't want to plant that in with the vegetables, but plant it around, like maybe mixed in with your marigolds, and that helps keep animals away from it. And finally, I want to talk about yarrow. Yarrow is a plant that you want to plant yarrow with your other herbs because yarrow strengthens the essential oil production of the other herbs that you're growing. So it somehow has properties that causes the other plants around it to produce like more essential oils. And that's what you want with your herb garden, particularly for your medicinal herb garden, because it's those, especially when you're making like infusions, that steam that you make. That's why you cover like your infusions because the essential oils escape in the form of steam. So if you know, if you have really strong essential oil properties in your plant, you want to keep that in your infusion by capping it as you're boiling the water and such. I'm getting off track, but anyway, you can use the plants that I just mentioned to both enhance the growing and the taste experience of your vegetables in a natural way and keep away all kinds of pests. So that's really all I had to say today. It's, you know, it's that time of year. I'm just like outside. I want to be gardening and, you know, working with my herbs and plants and such. So that's just another thing like as a powwower that I like to be aware of, because if I can use natural, I will. But if I need to use some sort of like heavily fertilized soil, like Miracle Grow that I was talking about yesterday, I'm going to do that too. But the more you know, right? So anyway, that's all for now. Hope you're all having a blessed day. Happy Earth Day. It's Earth Day. Um, and that's it. We'll talk soon. God bless you guys. Love you. See ya.